In simpler times, most people's lives revolved around family, friends, and neighborhood stores. These were the types of organizational structures through which people interacted with one another, conducted their business, and got things done. Today, we live in a fast-paced, complex society. The emphasis has shifted towards getting things done as quickly and efficiently as possible. Large social structures and formal organizations have evolved to help us accomplish more tasks in less time. How these structures affect our society is a topic of interest to many sociologists. Every day, our lives are affected by formal organizations. From the houses we live in, the newspapers we read, the vehicles we drive, the policemen who protect us, the education our children receive, to the delivery of mail, all are products and services of formal organizations. Formal organizations play an essential role in today's world because our lives and well-being are dependent on the products and services they provide. One example is the United States Postal Service. When we drop a letter in the mailbox, we take it for granted that the letter will be delivered in a timely manner to the correct address. But this is not a simple process. The USPS delivers more than 200 billion pieces of mail to 134 million addresses each year. It takes almost 800,000 employees to serve 7 million customers on a daily basis. The majority of organizations that affect us, such as the Postal Service, are known as formal organizations.
Formal organizations are thought of as those that have a specific purpose in mind and are organized in such a way to allow the organization to achieve that purpose.
Sociologist Amitai Etzioni identified 3 types of formal organizations: normative, utilitarian, and coercive. Each type of formal organization is distinguished by the reasons people participate in that organization.
During the cold winter months, dogs left chained outside can suffer from frostbite and hypothermia.
In a normative organization, members volunteer their time and participate because of a shared common goal.
One example of a normative organization would be PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. Certainly their members assume or see their work, which is animal liberation, as worthwhile.
In utilitarian organizations, members participate in order to attain material rewards and earn a living.
Some examples of utilitarian organizations would include most businesses, in that they do provide jobs, they do provide a living wage or something close to that for the people who work there.
Coercive organizations serve as society's institutional control over those who are mentally ill, drug dependent, or criminally inclined. In coercive organizations, people participate because they have to.
We're thinking here about prisons, for example, or mental wards at mental hospitals, in that the individuals within do not choose to be there. They're there because of a power structure, because of a hierarchy, because someone has placed them there.
While formal organizations differ in terms of their goals and their relationships with their members, most of them tend to be bureaucracies.
Bureaucracy is a group of people who are organized in a way that will allow them to achieve a task.
Bureaucracies are characterized by a large organization model. They can be characterized by a high degree of efficiency. There are many rules, there are regulations, there's a series of steps that people must follow. It's a very structured organization, very structured environment. A great example of bureaucracy would be the federal government, perhaps the Army. Even large universities would be considered a bureaucracy.
Bureaucracies have a number of distinct characteristics. One is a complex division of labor. This means that there are a variety of roles within a bureaucracy, and each role carries with it certain rights, obligations, and expectations.
Within a bureaucracy, everyone is supposed to understand their specific tasks and specialize in a particular task so that they become an expert in it, and therefore they do it as efficiently as it could possibly be accomplished.
Bureaucracies are also distinguished by hierarchy. This means that positions are ordered in terms of influence. Think of it in terms of a pyramid. At the top is the president. Below the president are vice presidents. As you move downward, you find more employees with little authority. And when you reach the bottom, you find many employees with no authority.
Hierarchy means that individuals who are at a higher level know more than individuals at lower levels and are able to make sure that individuals are accomplishing their specific tasks and have the tools and the understanding to be able to accomplish it.
Rules and regulations are another characteristic of bureaucracies. They serve to help keep the organization functioning consistently. Rules and regulations reinforce the way things are done in a bureaucracy.
Rules and regulations mean that the bureaucratic system isn't tied to a particular individual. It means that the system will continue regardless of who's in charge because everything is documented and written down.
Impersonality and impartiality also characterize bureaucracies. Ideally speaking, impersonality and impartiality mean that actual job performance, rather than personalities or favors, should determine an individual's chances for promotion.
People are supposed to be promoted based on their skills, their knowledge, not based on things like their personality or their race or gender. So there are definite advantages to a more impersonal approach in the workplace, and bureaucracies can provide that.
Bureaucracies have what's known as a career ladder. This means that promotions are based on seniority or achievement or both.
Bureaucracies are designed for individuals to move in at the bottom, and as they learn more and accomplish more, then to move up within the system.
Another characteristic of bureaucracies is the norm of efficiency. According to this norm, a bureaucracy continually seeks to increase its efficiency by increasing productivity per employee.
Bureaucracies can maximize effectiveness by dividing up the labor and allowing workers to each contribute to getting a job accomplished.
Formal organizations and bureaucracies are critical to everyday life. Their structure allows for the efficient production of goods and services that we rely on. They provide the means to educate us, produce the power for our homes and businesses, and deliver the mail that keeps us in touch. Ultimately, they benefit practically every aspect of our lives.
I play it the company way. Wherever the company puts me, there I'll stay.
But what is your point of view?
I have no point of view.
Supposing the company thinks...
I think so too.
Just as bureaucracies play a key role in our everyday lives, they've also had starring roles in several movies, often with a humorous approach.
Here we are, your very own number on your very own door. And behind that door, your very own office. Congratulations, DZ-015. Welcome to the team.
Hi, Milton. What's happening? I'm going to have to ask you to go ahead and move your desk again. So
no.
If you could go ahead and get it as far back against that wall as possible, that would be great.
Where would this college be without football? Have we got a stadium?
Yes?
Have we got a college?
Yes.
Well, we can't support both. Tomorrow we start tearing down the college.
But, Professor, where will the students sleep?
Where they always sleep, in the classroom.
Oh. Who is this man?
Major Danby, sir.
Danby, D-A-N-B-Y.
Take him out and shoot him.
Sir? I said take him out and shoot him. Can't you hear?
Yes, sir. Take Major Danby out and shoot him.
Bully, you filthy, you filthy boy! You wore my thing, bully!
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room.
Whoever the company fires me will still be dead.
To better understand how bureaucracies and formal organizations affect our complex society, sociologists use the sociological perspectives: functionalism, interactionism, and conflict. Sociologists use the functionalist perspective to examine how bureaucracies maintain order and produce the goods that people need and want.
Functionalists would argue that a bureaucracy is the most effective and efficient way of getting things done in a very diverse, large society.
Functionalists tend to view things as all parts are working or functioning together. And when parts aren't contributing to the whole, they tend to be weeded out.
Functionalists would say that bureaucracies reduce uncertainty so that people understand exactly what they're supposed to be doing, and they can do it efficiently, they can do it quickly. The military is a perfect example of what the functionalists would call an efficiently operating bureaucracy. They take a large number of individuals from different backgrounds and different walks of life and turn them into members of the military that follow orders and do the tasks that are necessary.
Using the interactionist perspective, sociologists get a different view of bureaucracies. From this perspective, things get done because of the people who work in them.
Interactionists would look at the kinds of activities that individuals engage in, and they often look at the informal structures. In other words, there's this structured hierarchy where individuals know who their boss is, but quite often if you want things accomplished, we turn to someone that we believe is in the know or someone who can give us the information that we need. The smaller the group within the larger organization, the more likely the interactionists are to pay attention to it.
Sociologists use the conflict perspective to examine issues of power and control within bureaucracy. According to the conflict perspective, organizational rules, goals, and regulations function to perpetuate the wealth, prestige, and power of those at the top of the hierarchy, and to exploit those at lower levels.
From the conflict perspective, bureaucracies serve the elite. That is, it serves the few at the cost of the many. And it works very, very effectively in maintaining power and money and wealth and capital among a select few people in the population.
The people who own